It's week 5 of the NFL. And coming up next, it's a cross-conference showdown. It's the Saints and the Chiefs on Monday night.
From one of the loudest venues in the National Football League, you get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Well, the Chiefs offense going to make their way out, and at the helm, a now 3-time Super Bowl MVP in his 8th season in the NFL, it's Patrick Mahomes.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Yellow.
Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Now here's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Yellow.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Chiefs are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And again, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback. in his 11th NFL season now and second in black and gold.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Now Carr. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Carr now to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. In motion left goes a tight end. Play action. Now it's Carr. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Carr again. Wilson's got it complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Carr. To the sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Carr going to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Keeps himself upright. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco once again. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And Pacheco furiously moves the chains, and that's something he did a lot of in 2023. The Rutgers product, produced a first down on over 25% of his carries a season ago, and he continues to move the ball.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. To throw, it's Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Oh, look at the juke. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll find Shaheed out to the right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's Carr to throw. There's Chris Olave. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 48 yards. Again, it's Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, in the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The 2nd half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Now a 2nd and 2. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And Hardman's going to pick up a Chiefs first down as he'll be brought down at the 37. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 3rd and 3.
Fire on these two. Fire on these two.
Now it's Mahomes again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. And he'll start with a give to Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the front.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Saints come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And they'll turn to Kamara. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Mecole Hardman. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Chiefs. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and Derek Carr ready for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
In motion right, that's Wilson. And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand it Kamara. He'll get this up to about the 44. Now a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes now to throw. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end, Gray. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Mahomes going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Now here's Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 5. A handoff now for Pacheco. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. From the gun, it's Carr. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration is settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he gets it down to the 32. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Yellow.
And they'll run with Pacheco. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball.
And it's a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Trying to take this home, they'll run. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. And this time he is in. Isaiah Pacheco. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Chiefs are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will make this a 19-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And that will set them up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Once more, it's Pacheco. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Yellow.
They're going to look to throw. This is caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it. And this play's still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. But it's not going to work. He'll go down. They got him. One final try now for Carr. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Chiefs, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.